Hey everyone! Today we are going to have Miss Padmavati Devarakonda with us. She is among the top 5 counselors in India. Could you explain our viewers what are the services that Atha Counseling provides?
Academics and sports counseling.
Academics and sports counseling.
Yes, and I help students to build up their profile. See how it works in sports. Like if you are a student athlete, many parents are not aware of the sports scholarships that are available in USA for undergraduate programs. So you need to build up your profile to apply for these scholarships, sports scholarships. I'm not talking about general scholarships. See, some scholarship or the other you will get when you go for your undergrad program, maybe $5,000 or $10,000. Whereas these tennis scholarships, you get, if you are a good player, you're sure of getting 100% scholarship. And there is a procedure to go for this. Like you should have your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grades and good GPA. I don't say excellent, like on a scale of 10, at least you should have 7.5 GPA. And then your SAT score and TOEFL score. Here you may ask me, some universities are waiving of SAT score, but these sports scholarships, they come under NCAA, National Collegiate Athletic Association. They fund the universities. So for them, it is mandatory that the student has this SAT score and TOEFL score. TOEFL because as English is not our primary language. So you must be knowing, obviously they need TOEFL score.
Yes,
and these,
yes.
And 4 years of English, 3 years of mathematics, 2 years of social sciences, and 2 years of general science and laboratory work. These are all mandatory. And there should not be a break in the education. It should be a continuous process, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is from academic point of view. When you look at the sports side, like if you're a tennis player, you should have represented your school. That's the first thing. Or you should have played at some state level, national level, or international level. And international level carries a lot of weightage. If you cannot afford it, or you have not played international, then national level, like CBSE meet, cluster meet, or All India Sports meet, any of these things. Or for tennis, we have this ITA, All India Tennis Association. Okay, due to this COVID, they are not able to conduct the tournaments. Otherwise, they do have a lot of tournaments throughout the year. You have to play those tournaments and get some kind of ranking. Then you can apply to these universities. And this is 1 year process. Like, when you are entering 12th grade, you should start the process. Approach, upload your video on the YouTube.
Yeah, like so career counseling is basically necessary from the starting of 12th. If we want to be like in good universities or in basically US Ivy League, if we say US Ivy League universities, if we want to approach them, basically we have to start building our profile since class 12, starting of class 12.
Yes, from the beginning. Like some students, they start even in 11th grade itself. Like if they're very sure, okay, I want to do this, then immediately they'll start off. Because see, what happens is everything is planned ahead in USA. It is not like that. It's not like they do it in the last minute. Last minute, you cannot get anything. You have to really plan your future. You have to plan your funds. You have to plan okay, if you belong to Delhi, what kind of weather conditions you have there, because USA is such a vast country. They have different weather conditions in different states. So you have to figure out that also. Some places it is very cold. Some places it is very hot. So which one you want to go to, and then the cost of living. So many things you have to figure out. And if you are sure of your major, then you can start applying. Or else you will have an opportunity like 1 year you can take to decide about your major after going there. 1 year you can take the general subjects and then you can decide, okay, which one you want to take. It is not like here, if you are going for engineering, you have to apply for entrance examinations and all. And then if you are going for medical school, you have to write this NEET exam and all in India, but not like that there. If you are planning for medicine, you have to study these 4 years and then you go to med school. That's how they go. It is very systematic, very, very systematic there.
So, it involves a lot of research.
Yes, it involves a lot of research. You got to be very careful, and especially funds, because education is expensive there. And if you can, and not only academics, they see the extracurricular activities also. Not only sports, what kind of chips you have or what kind of extra work that you have been doing. Have you written any papers or anything, or are you good at drawing or anything extra? It's not just only academic orientation. You need to have all-round development of your personality.
So,
Then you stand a very good chance.
so ma'am, a student should have a holistic profile.
Yes, definitely. You have got to be very careful when you are planning. Okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I have to have these extra activities. Like even social work also is considered, like, if you can work in a dog sheltered home, that also counts. And you can work in any of these NGOs. Community work is very important. Even in universities also, like students, undergrad students there, they go for community work. It is mandatory. That is when you will interact with people, you will understand what are the problems that the people are facing. That is how you realize, you understand what exactly is happening around you. It is not just only books. Okay? Next question.
Yes. And so moving on to the second question, ma'am, we hear a lot of students saying that they can't find what they're passionate about. So ma'am, how should a student decide a career of his choice or following his passion?
See, here everybody says passion. What is passion in the first place? Passion is what you really feel about it, think about it. It is like if you are a tennis player, you drink tennis, sleep tennis, that is passion. Like, day in and day out, you think about it. You want to do something. So when you are not able to figure out, okay, what is my passion, what is my interest, then I suggest you take this psychometric test. Psychometric test, basically, I don't say it is 100% accurate, 95% it is accurate, because it reflects your mindset. It shows your aptitude, not the attitude. It shows your aptitude. What are you good at? What are you capable of doing? Sometimes you may find you will be surprised. Oh, this I have not thought about it. How come I have this? You want to do science, but it shows your first preference is humanities. You'll be shocked. I am interested in science. How come it is showing humanities? You have an aptitude towards humanities, but you have your interest in science. If you can mix both, then you can take a call. Then you can decide, okay, this is my aptitude, this is my attitude, and this is my interest. So from here, I'll take it forward. You can make a mixture of subjects. Like, for example, you can take psychology and you can take commerce, you can take accounting, and then you can pursue that
whatever
stream.
you want to do, like that stream particularly.
Yeah, further you can do whether you want to get into psychology or you want to get into commerce stream, or you want to get into, go to MBA or something, management, that you can decide. So you have to have that balance. Okay. So psychometric test is a must when you are in that confusion, when you are not able to decide your stream.
Okay, ma'am. And so moving on to the next question. Ma'am, we see some students want to pursue the career in a particular field, but during the course of preparation, they tend to face doubts whether there are future opportunities or will they able to afford it financially. So what do you suggest for these situations?
See, first of all, when you are deciding about your stream, obviously you will discuss it with your parents and your teachers.
Yes, ma'am.
When you discuss, when your parents feel that it is not affordable, it is beyond their capacity, they will definitely tell you, no, we cannot afford this. This is not our cup of tea. You should have a plan B. And you, from your side also, you also have to do research, like, okay, what are the opportunities available for me? What are the scholarships available for me? And what percentage should I get? Okay. You should not feel depressed or anything. If you are a merit student, definitely you will get some kind of scholarship. And on top of that, if you are into sports, in India, we have 5% reservation for sports persons. They don't give any scholarships, but 5% quota is there for sports persons. So you can utilize that opportunity. So try to build up some sport or some extracurricular activity, so that will help you in building up your profile and help you getting in some kind of scholarship. Okay.
Does playing a sport in high school help a student during college admission, even if he doesn't want to get recruited to that sport?
Okay, see, if you don't want to get recruited, you don't even apply in the first place.
Okay. So
If you are,
basically, if you don't want,
the sport is something, I tell you, Pranav, sport is something which you should have interest, or else you cannot perform in that. For that matter, any subject also, if you are not interested, you cannot study. You will not give your 100%. And studies, okay, you have no choice but to take these subjects. Like up to 10th grade, we have social studies, we have science, we have, some students may not like social, but they have to study. So somehow they will get through that. Whereas in sports, there is nothing like shortcut or anything. If you are not interested, you cannot perform. That's it. Either you win or lose. That's it. There is nothing in between. So when you don't want to get recruited, first of all, you don't play the sport in the first place if you are not interested. You will not be able to play. If you are not interested in soccer and you enroll yourself in soccer, you need physical fitness there, you need mental fitness there. If you do not have either of these things, you cannot succeed there.
yes,
You cannot even
absolutely.
move ahead. Not even a step you move ahead in that. See, for sports, it's a kind of discipline. It instills discipline in you. If you are good at one sport, automatically your life will fall into such a discipline. I tell you, you will have food discipline, you will have sleep discipline, you have time management, because you have to adjust between your studies and your sport. Automatically, you will adjust the timings also. Okay, morning 5 o'clock, I have to get up, I have to do this, I have to have my food on time, like breakfast 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock lunch, and 3 o'clock some snacks, 7 o'clock dinner. I have to go to bed early so that next day morning you should be fresh. If you are tired, if you have that, groggy feeling, you cannot perform on the court. You cannot enter the field. It's very difficult. You cannot have fatigue next day morning. Whereas for studies, you study whenever you want to study. You towards like end of the semester, suddenly you realize, oh, 1 month from now onwards I have to study, and you keep on studying like 8 hours, 10 hours. Sports, it doesn't happen. Sport is something you have to practice every day. Then only you can excel, but there's no guarantee that you will be the topper in that.
Okay.
Sports,
Yes,
it is 0.01%.
So, ma'am,
Yes,
since
ma'am.
we talked about, ma'am, building our resume or taking out time for extracurricular activities.
Yes.
So, ma'am, to cope up with the competition nowadays, ma'am, students find really difficult to manage their own time. So, ma'am, what do you suggest for those students to take out time to research their future opportunities or whatever?
Yeah, for that, nowadays what is happening, companies like Univariety based in Hyderabad, like they have come up with these virtual internship opportunities for 9, 10, 11, 12 students. Okay, you can research these topics, research these activities online. You can do from your home, and that's how you build up your resume. And counselors like us, we help you in building up your resume also. What are the activities you have to do? What are you good at? What best can be done? So that is when the counselor steps in. The counselor will help you in building up your resume. So they will show you how to manage your time, how to focus, what are your plus points, what are your negative points. Okay, this is your strength, you have to work on this. This is your weakness, you have to bring up this. Okay, so the counselors help you in building up your resume.
Okay. So, ma'am, during the COVID-19, most events have been cancelled or postponed. So,
Yes.
how can a student build up his profile with sports activities in these days, where since 2 years we are not having any sports events as such?
Yes, these universities have relaxed a little bit. They said, it's the problem is all over the world. It is unusual problem. This is unusual circumstances. Nobody can help it. Everything is closed. Everything is shut down. That is the reason most of the companies have come up with these virtual internships, where you can utilize your time in getting to know, there is this Puma internship. Puma is a big sporting company. They have offered some kind of internship for the students, which can be done online. Okay, so you have other opportunities. Sporting events, you can't do anything about it. It's not happening anywhere in the world, not only India.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, I also want to ask regarding that if I am doing these internships, I'm in between my competitors as well. So, how can I excel in that internship, and how can I make myself stand out of competitors? How can I be in the limelight? How can I like explore myself, and how can I express myself over there?
You have to improve your communication skills. You should know your subject thoroughly, whatever you are talking. You should have soft skills, you should have communication skills. These two are very, very important. You are a 12th grader, so they expect you to have basic knowledge of computers and MS Office, all these things. Like if you can learn any extra computer language, say Python or anything, that's how you will stand out in the crowd. And you should have good communication skills. And when there is a group discussion or anything, you should take the initiative. You should take the lead. Immediately, the person, whoever is examining, will understand, okay, this guy has got these leadership qualities. He can take the lead. See, there must be 200 students in your school. Only you two have taken this initiative. Nobody else has taken this initiative. Okay, let's do panel. Or see, that itself makes you stand out in the crowd. Who else is doing? That's how you will promote yourself. You are coming into the limelight already. If there is any group, you are taking the lead. Like if there is a project, group project, CBSE is famous for all these group projects, right? So if you are taking the lead, automatically people will follow you. And the moment the teacher sees it, okay, Pranav, okay, he is always taking the lead. This guy is very bright. He knows what he's doing. So automatically you will be spotted. You don't have to tell them, okay, I have done this. Just by interacting with you, they will understand, okay, this guy knows what he's talking. If you do not know the subject, you will not be able to communicate. Even if you know the subject, if you do not have the communication skills, you cannot talk. When you are participating in the debates or group discussion, your communication skills will come out. Yeah, when you take a point and you are able to explain it clearly, like in a minute or two, people will understand, okay, this guy is very good. He knows what he's talking.
So a student should have both knowledge and self-confidence.
Yes, because self-confidence is the most important thing. Never ever feel that you are inferior to anybody or superior to anybody. If you feel superior, then you will stop learning. There is always unknown factor. There is something always, as long as you feel there is something to learn, then only you will progress ahead. If you feel inferior, that also hinders your progress. You will not be able to communicate with anybody. You will not be able to mingle with anybody. You will not be able to express your ideas freely. See, tell yourself, why should I feel inferior? For what? You are on par with others. If you don't know, you should not feel to ask questions. And if you know, you should not feel shy to express yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely true.
So, ma'am, we talked about both academics and sports. So, ma'am, what makes a student stand out? Like he should have a more like excellency in one field, or he should be more well-rounded student?
It's always all well-rounded personality. Well-rounded personality. Yeah. You may be average in studies, but if you have extracurricular activities, that will cover up. You need not be an excellent student academically. Like 98%, 100%, no. Even if you are 75%, also fine. As long as you know what you are doing, as long as you can conduct yourself, as long as you are part of the team, that will take you ahead. And you should be abreast of the latest technology or latest whatever is happening in your chosen field. You should know. And general knowledge, the more the better for you. What is happening scientifically or all over the world now? What is the corona situation in other parts of the world, or what are the vaccinations now that are available in the world? How is US coping up with the corona situation? What is India doing about it? And for the world, it is big surprise. How come India has come up with 2 vaccinations, and now they have come up with this 2DG medicine also, which is in place of oxygen they are using. They are saying within 2 days they are taking out the oxygen. Just 2 sachets, then oxygen cylinder is not required. I mean, it is a big surprise for international market. How come India is doing all this?
Yes.
So try to gain knowledge as much as possible, general knowledge. What is happening in sports, what is happening otherwise, like politically, what is happening in Myanmar these days. Why so much of bloodshed there? What is happening between Israel and Palestine? What is the root cause for that? So if you have this kind of information, you can really take part in any kind of conversations happening around you. You will not be lagging behind and you will not feel left out in the group. You will not stand out there like a sword. Yeah.
So anything else, Nikhil?
No, thank you.
So thank you, ma'am. It was a pleasure for us to have you over here for the show. And we hope to meet soon in real life as well and virtually as well.
Sure.
Thank
Yes,
you, ma'am,
if you are interested,
for being with us.
I'll tell you, if you are interested in any of these virtual summer internships, and it is a continuous process, you can understand you can improve your career goals also with these internships, okay, with this summer, this thing. I'll ask one of our counselors from Univariety to contact you people if you are interested.